Sally says you look really nice.
You sure? Not too much rouge? Do not flaunt Sally in my face as if it's going to stop me from complaining. Next is user at KNL. Fuck. So these people don't have nicknames. Can we use nicknames instead? Do we have to use their freaking at? We can't use their monikers. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are on the globe. I'm Megan Eplon, bringing to you fur by the minute, the fluff, the raw, and sometimes the rough. In this week's fur, one vet tech is making quite the impression, a record-setting senior. Make no bones about this loss, and our producer's picks of the week. First up, a talented TikToker shares tales from the waiting room.
Hey, checking in? Oh, got a lot to say. All right. Hey, checking in? Oh, you see Kenchu. Oh, yeah, that's our clinic kitty. He's not a fan. I'm so sorry. Hey, checking in? Oh, you seem a little anxious. It's okay. It's not scary. But I have you down for a nail trim today, right? If I have a death wish, okay, I don't have one. Don't worry, we won't do it.
That is one example of the many Puss in Pet impressions by Chastity Snow. She's making a name for herself in the animal and human world with her posts that have gone viral. She works at a veterinarian's office where she helps and closely observes furry patients. Chastity joins us from South Carolina to chat about her touching journey to entertain us. Chastity?
I was at work goofing off like we normally do when we have free downtime. And we were talking about dogs' personalities, and we were just kind of mimicking dogs. Husky, which was the very first one that I did. Everybody's like, oh my God, you sound like a husky. Actually, somebody suggested that I actually do those on TikTok. And I was like, oh, sure. So I was already kind of like making videos, just different things that I was doing at work and just different experiences, clients, or just what happens, when we have downtime. And then it blew up. I didn't think it was going to get the views that it did, but everybody loved it. And then now I'm on episode 15. I would definitely say my top 3 favorite ones to see in a waiting room would be like labs. Labs are usually a lot of fun, just wagging their tail the entire time. Pugs are usually fun. They're very nasally talkative. Dachshund, they tend to be always super happy when they come in. We see a lot of mixes when it comes to cats. It's more so just how their personalities come through at the vet. I had a deaf person comment on one of my videos. This one comment, I'm so glad I saw it. It was a deaf person saying that they obviously cannot hear the audio, cannot hear my voice, but that my body language and my facial expressions allowed them to understand like different breeds of dogs more. And I think that was probably one of the best compliments that I had ever received. It's been a fun ride so far. I'm grateful for all the people that love what I do, and even had some people say that it made them go and want to get a certain dog or go and adopt.
Thank you, Chastity. That was so entertaining. Spot on with the Maltese, the Huskies, and the Chow Chow. Love them impressions. It was nice to know that deaf people really enjoy your work. Next up, an ancient animal celebrates a birthday. Jonathan the Seychelles giant tortoise has turned 190 years old. The Guinness World Record holding reptile hatched during the Georgian era and has lived through 2 world wars and the rise and fall of the British Empire. Jonathan has lived in St. Helena since 1882, with records showing that he was already fully mature and at least 50 years old when he arrived. He now holds the record for the oldest living land animal and the oldest tortoise ever. Well, congratulations, Jonathan, to be so old and still alive. My goodness. Next up, we have some sad news. A beloved pug has passed. Jonathan Graziano announced the news about his 14-year-old pug Noodle on TikTok this week. John and Noodle had amassed 4.5 million followers on the app after their daily routine went viral. The pair would predict a bones day or no bones day each morning based on whether or not Noodle would stand up and be ready to explore or flop back into bed for a few more hours of sleep. A bones day would mean a productive day for Noodle and his followers, while a no bones day was a sign to relax and treat yourself. John captioned his most recent video. It has been the privilege of my life to care for Noodle these past 7 years. The sweetest man there has ever been and will ever be. So sorry, Mr. Jonathan Graziano, about your pug. I know that Noodle is looking down on you and smiling. Next up, our producers selected a couple of their favorite viral videos. Here we have user at Suja_housemate on Instagram with a special baby shower in India.
நிறைமாத நிலவே வாவா அடைப்போடு மெதுவா மெதுவா அழகே உன் பாடு அறிவேனம்மா மசக்கைகள் மயக்கம் கொண்டு படிசாயும் வாழை தண்டு சுமையல்ல வாரம் சுகம்தான் அம்மா தாயான பின்புதான் நீ பெண்மணி தோள் மீது தூங்கடி கண்மணி கண்மணி காலையில் தினமும் கண் விழித்தால் நான் கைதொழும் தேவதை அம்மா அன்பென்றாலே அம்மா என் தாய் போலாகிடுமா இமை போ.
The colours, the food, the music, the gathering, is just beautiful, and it's just showing reverence to a part of the family. I think it's beautiful to, you know, integrate them into the rituals. I mean, we have baby showers. Why can't a beagle have a baby shower as well? Next is user KNBL58 on TikTok with a furry Grinch.
Pop, tu madre ama la Navidad, pero tu gata es el Grinch.
This cat seems to hate all things Christmas, innit? Look at the cat. He is the Grinch. Wow, look at that. And that's a wrap for us this morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you are on the globe. I'm Megan Eplon. Be sure to sniff out the latest headlines you need to know from the Pandemic Network, brought to you by the Motley Crew. And if you have story suggestions or feedback, please leave a comment and subscribe, share, and like to the Motley Crew channel on YouTube for fur and other possum entertainment. So I've not started my own channel yet. I will. And once I do, I want to be able to talk about it on this show. You guys need to promote me. I mean, I don't get paid, so you might as well. There's just one thing I want to do now. Oh, I did it! I got through it!
Sally asked what you thought about puppies. Because she's a senior.
Yeah, okay, but just because Sally is cute doesn't mean that I've got time to answer her questions. I'm busy! Sally?